Piles of rubbish have replaced the floodwaters which filled Napier streets last week, much to the disappointment of local residents. More than 100 homes were left uninhabitable after last Monday's rain, with more than 170 people still living in emergency accommodation. While the water's gone, the clean-up is far from over, adding to the stress of residents who are still dealing with the storm's aftermath. Kitchin reports.
The knee-high floodwaters of last week are gone, but now many streets in Napier's low-lying suburbs are instead covered in rubbish. Footpaths in the suburb of Mariua are cluttered with destroyed couches, torn-up carpet, old toys and damaged household goods. Barker Road resident Eva Baxter doesn't understand why the rubbish is there after a big clean-up last weekend.
To be honest, it's quite ridiculous, because the thing is, what I heard that the City Council has stopped picking them up now.
Another resident, Peter, says it's been hard, especially because many had their cars damaged in the floods and can't transport the trash to the tip.
People here have had to get rid of it somehow and haven't got any means because their cars don't go. You can see what people have gone through to clear out everything's been damaged. Most surely haven't got the money or resources to get rid of it. Council can get rid of it in a day or two.
Nearby, another resident, Polly Ashby, says it's an ugly sight on the street.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. It doesn't look very nice, and it's not nice to wake up and look at every day.
The residents RNZ spoke to said the Napier City Council needed to do more to help with the clean-up. The local Taiwhenua's small team of volunteers is working hard to clean up the waste by tomorrow, but it doesn't have all the resources to do multiple runs down the same streets. Napier City Council says it's asked people to stop leaving flood-damaged waste on the curb, and rubbish from the floods can be dropped off for free until Sunday at the local transfer station. It's also encouraging people to see if insurers can cover waste disposal costs. Meanwhile, a few streets away, the rubbish has been cleared up from one of the schools worst affected by the flood, Henry Hill School in Onikawa. It's lucky enough to have its first week back in the classrooms, but it's a squeeze for the kids with half the school off limits. Year 6 pupil Colton Trethaway says it's good to be back.
Pretty fun, but it's pretty dumb how so much stuff just got wrecked. There's nothing to do at home, really.
Principal Jason Williams says it's been a tiring week, but the kids are doing well.
They're okay at the moment. It's only been a week, but I think they realise as well that we're all very fortunate to be able to be at school, so they're making the most of it just like we are.
Mr Williams says he'll be pleased when the clock strikes midnight on December the 31st to end what's been a truly rubbish year.
It's just the unpredictability of things with COVID, with their first lockdown and then with change of alert levels months later, and now a flood in Napier. Who would have thought we'd flood? Maybe tsunami, maybe an earthquake, but maybe not a flood. So I guess that we're now just ready for anything, and it really just goes to show how resilient and how much perseverance there is in everyone in Napier.
For the school kids, they're ready for a relaxing weekend after a tumultuous few weeks. In Napier, for Checkpoint, Kitchin.